Now let's get mercifully into Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. As you can tell from my tone of voice, I guarantee you can tell what my opinion on this movie was. I'm going to forewarn you right now, this is going to be a long review. Anyways, this is a movie that I really wanted to like going in. I wasn't going in with a mentality that, oh, I'm gonna this movie. Yes, the trailers looked like shit, and even though the reviews have been pretty bad for this film, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in with a fresh, open mind. I'd heard mixed things from a few different people. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It seemed like a lot of people didn't, but I was like, I'm not always agreeing with the majority of people. I'm not always one of those people. I don't always agree with critics. Hell, I liked London Has Fallen, for fuck's sake. Uh, and like I said, I was like, maybe this movie will blow me away. There are things I was like really looking forward to with this film, and plus it's Batman versus fucking Superman. It's the movie that I've been wanting for a long time. Like, I know a lot of people have. It's a movie that they've been trying to get off the ground for like almost 20 years now, and it's like, come on, this is after all these years of build up, this gotta be good. This is the movie that maybe will put DC on the right track into creating their own universe. This is the movie that's supposed to kickstart their universe and rival Marvel cinematic universe and everything else. Well, I don't think Marvel has much to worry about. If this is the sign of fucking things to come. This movie was fucking terrible. I've heard people try and defend this movie, and I've had a buddy who even said that critics are just snobby assholes. No, this movie's terrible. I hated this. This isn't the worst. I would say that this is better than Fantastic Four and shit like that. But by God, this movie sucked. There's many things about this movie that I really hated. I can go on and on and on. I'm going to try to make this not a very long video, but I can't make promises. I will talk about one thing I did like. There is one thing I did like about this movie, and that was Ben Affleck as Batman. He was a pretty good Batman in a shitty movie. Like, that's the best way to describe it. His Batman deserved to be a better damn movie than this. I was one of those people that when I heard Batman or Ben Affleck was going to be Batman, I was one of the few people out there who went, all right, that sounds like a pretty good casting choice. And honestly, it is. It's for the version of Batman that we're getting here, he fits the role, in my opinion. And, like, even him, like, the short scenes with him and Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons was basically playing every Alfred, like, almost like a version of Michael Caine's Alfred, where he's delivering those speeches and stuff. And he's fine. I love Jeremy Irons. If you're going to replace somebody with Michael Caine with somebody, why not Jeremy Irons? And Ben Affleck, this is a Batman we haven't seen on film before, where he's an older Batman who's a more grizzled version of him, who's been through a lot of shit. And you know what? It is kind of cool, like, seeing this kind of version of Batman put on film. And I kind of have a little hope because with DC Universe, because he is supposed to direct a solo Batman movie. And if he does, he is a very good director, so maybe he will make a good Batman movie. It probably will be the best DC Universe film out there. But who knows at this point. Now let's get into the negatives, alright? That's as far as I'm going to go as positives. The main problem I have with this movie is, this is the best way I can describe it, is that this is, I swear to God, DC's answer to Spider-Man, DC's version of Spider-Man 3. In that, I swear to God, I watched 12 films in one movie. This was 12 films put into one damn movie. There's so much going on in this movie that, like, there's no fucking reason. There's a lot of pointless shit that does not need to be in this movie. A movie called Batman versus fucking Superman. I knew from the beginning when they were announcing that they were going to be putting Lex Luthor, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, this and that, like, that this movie was going to be was in trouble, because you can't stuff all this shit into one movie and expect it to be good. They've done it with Spider-Man 3. They've done it with Amazing Spider-Man 2. All right, if anybody who hated Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2 for those reasons and likes this movie, you are insane. I'm going to say that right now. You cannot complain about those problems with those movies and say the same thing about and like this movie. You can't. It has the exact same damn problems. Also, for a movie called Batman vs. Superman, this is one of my main big issues. For a movie fucking called Batman vs. Superman, again, Batman vs. Superman, where you're expecting these two to be fighting, and, you know, it is pretty awesome when they do fight. That's one thing I will give it. It is pretty awesome when they do fight. Take a wild fucking guess how long they are fighting in this movie. Take a guess. How about less than 10 minutes? Maybe even 5 minutes. I am not making that up. Now, I was telling my mom I was on my way home about this movie, and she said, "What did you expect? Like, it was going to be an hour and a half full of Batman versus Superman fighting, Batman and Superman fighting?" I said, "No, that's not it. That's not my problem with it. My problem with it is, I spent an hour and a half building up to this. It was building and building and building up to it. And then it just happens, and then that's it. They fight for 5 minutes, and that's it. And they go... I'll get into that in a second, what happens after that. But what makes it even worse for me is that there is no fucking reason they're fighting in the first place. There is none. The reason they are fighting, that they end up fighting for, is one of the laziest, stupidest reasons that could have been easily solved in 2 fucking seconds. Easily. If there had been some fucking communication, this whole problem could have been solved. I don't want to get into spoilers, but it involves, like, a certain person getting kidnapped, and because of that, Superman's forced to fight Batman, and instead of, like, saying, "Hey, Batman, let's just, you know, get together and, you know, team up and maybe, you know, save this certain person," they start fighting. And by the end of it, they get along and they agree. Batman says, "All right, I'll save this person." I'm just getting the spoilers now. "I'll save this person." He does it easily in like 2 seconds. And, like, fuck you, movie. And seriously, that happens with still an hour left of this movie to go. This movie, then, this is not getting to spoilers, because if you've seen the second trailer, it's you know, it's all over the second. Pretty much, if you've seen the second trailer, you've seen most of the goddamn movie. So I'll tell you that right now. And because right after that, they said, "Fuck it, we'll throw Doomsday in there." And yes, it's Doomsday. It's not somebody else. They call him Doomsday. And Lex Luthor literally calls him and said, "Superman, this is your Doomsday." I'm like, ugh. And they threw Doomsday in there for no fucking reason to run this movie even fucking longer than it already was. It did not need to be 2.5 hours. You could easily cut Doomsday out of this, and he's in there for only one reason and one reason only. If you've read the comics, you know why, and it's something that they should have saved. Easily should have saved this for a later movie. Doomsday should have not been in this movie. Only the movie to start off the DC universe. This should not be. Doomsday should not have been in this movie. He should have been in a later movie. And it's so fucking obvious. Like, they blew their load. They had the throw everything in there, and at that point you kind of go, well, what can they do next? Like, to top that, because you really can't, because they've pretty much put everything they could into this one film, and now they have nothing left. Literally, they have nothing left other than do a Justice League movie, which they already kind of blew their load on that too, because you see Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman teaming up together to fight Doomsday. Now, Marvel had the better. Let's compare this to what Marvel did. Marvel waited till the Avengers to, put all of them together and have them fight together, and they didn't blow their load like 2 movies in, and have Iron Man and Captain America fight together like 2 movies in. No, they waited till the Avengers to, put us in there. Nope, we already get that in the second movie. In this movie, we get that. We apparently, some reason, Batman and Superman are friends by the end of the movie. I have no idea how. They're barely even like on screen together for like 2 minutes, and for most of those 2 minutes, they hate each other, and then all of a sudden they like each other. I have no idea how. Like, I don't know how now they want to form a group. What? Fuck you. And then also Wonder Woman. There's no point to her being in this movie. Absolutely none. I'm sorry. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, she's great in this movie. She steals the movie. No, she doesn't. She's pointless. There's no point to Wonder Woman being in this movie. And, like, other than to set up the Justice League, which that's all, for the most part, this movie is a 2.5 hour advertisement for Justice League. That's it. And I know Marvel does do that too, like where they set up future movies. And I've bitched at Marvel for doing that same thing, so I'm gonna bitch at fucking DC for doing the same thing. I'm not gonna let it slide. Yeah, like, and also the promised Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg cameo that you were gonna get in this movie. It's another pointless scene where it's just like a few snippets of Jason Momoa as Aquaman and that kid as Flash and the Cyborg. That thing with Cyborg was kind of interesting. I was like, what the fuck is going on in that scene? That's kind of disturbing. I don't know much about Cyborg, but that was kind of disturbing. But God, like, man, they really messed this up. It's like, you can't. When will Hollywood learn that you can't stuff so much shit into one superhero movie and expect it to be good? You can't. You just can't. You can't, unless you're going to make your movie like 4 hours, 5 hours long. That's the only way you can, and nobody's going to do that. Nobody wants to sit through that. So don't do it. And part of me is also like, worried about Avengers Infinity Wars, which is coming up, which they're promising like 64 characters. At least they're splitting that into 2 parts. And honestly, I can kind of understand why they're going to have that many characters. They're going to fucking fight Thanos or whatever. And he's supposed to be the most badass character, so you're going to have to... I hate comparing this to Marvel, but it's like they're trying to do Marvel and they're failing at it. Marvel is doing this way better. And the sad thing is, people are going to eat this up like a spoon, and it's going to do very well. And this is not the Batman and Superman we need. We need a better version of this crap. I'm sorry, this movie sucked. I had a pretty shitty, I had a pretty bad week, and I'm trying to forget. Let me talk about, what was the other thing I wanted to talk about? Like, there's some, Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg was okay, I guess. He was fine. Also, when it was Superman and stuff like that, I could care less. Superman is very unlikable in these films. He was likable in Man of Steel, and he's unlikable in this because he destroys more things than saves things. Honestly, he's more of a causes more destruction. That was one thing I did like about this movie. How it started was because it was showing the effects of what happened to Man of Steel at the end of Man of Steel. You know, being the reason why this movie was being set up. I was like, okay, there's a reason why Batman should be fighting. Honestly, for the most part, you kind of understand maybe, like, for the most part, why Batman wants to fight Superman and kill him. But then it kind of... But then it's very hard to explain if we have spoilers. Because that's one of the main reasons, is that he sees him as this guy who's destroying the world, not saving it. And honestly, I can side with Batman on this. Because Superman is not really saving the world. Like I said, he's destroying it. He destroyed half of Metropolis, more than Zod did. So, pretty much, the reason why the Wayne Manor or the Wayne Tower gets destroyed in Metropolis is mainly because of Superman, as you find out. And he causes thousands of people to die in this fucking building. Like, how am I supposed to like Superman? I don't understand how I'm supposed to care for Superman. He's a destructive force. And pretty much by the end of this movie, I swear more and more of Metropolis and Gotham City got blown up really badly. More than the fucking first one, Man of Steel, did. It's like, dude, you suck at your job. Really do. And he causes even more death and destruction throughout this whole thing. Damn. There's so much I could talk about. I could go on and on and on. I don't want to. That's my main points of why I didn't like this movie. I had a bad week. I really did. And this is the way I end my goddamn week, is watch Batman vs. Superman. It freaking sucked. Man. I was going to give this another week and say, maybe I'm going to, not do this whole be picky thing. Well, nope. After this, I'm being picky. From this point forward, if a movie's not getting well received, or if it's something I don't want to see, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing God's Not Dead 2. I'm not seeing Miracles from Heaven. I'm not seeing these damn religious movies. I said I would maybe because, just to kind of rip them apart. But you know what? They're not even worth my time, my money. I'm going to start getting very picky because this is ridiculous. I've had it. This is the movie that pretty much broke the straw that broke the camel's back. I hate to say it, and I will still see some. I'm not saying I'm not going to do any reviews. There might be times where I don't see a movie in theaters. I will watch it on Netflix, and I'll still do a review for it or something like that. But I got a lot of stuff going on, like I said, and I gotta start saving up money. And if Hollywood keeps churning out shit like this, I'm not fucking who the hell is to blame me for not wanting to go to the theaters half the time? This is not... Okay, Brothers Grimsby is worse than this, but this just irritated me. And like I said, I've seen worse superhero movies than this, but this movie sucks. As far as trailers go, I got Suicide Squad, which this trailer was better than the goddamn whole Batman vs. Superman movie put together. This trailer is awesome. I love this trailer. It's that one, if you haven't seen it, they use Bohemian Rhapsody in the trailer, and it really is awesome. It's a really good trailer. I want to say, yeah, this will be really good. I love David Ayer. I'm kind of like, all right, this would be kind of cool that he's going to be doing a superhero movie. I wish it was rated R, but I don't know, man. I'm like crossing my fingers. Maybe this will remove the blemish of Batman versus Superman. Joker. I liked Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She looked like she's gonna be a lot of fun in that. And from the short scenes of Jared Leto, it looked like he was gonna be fun in this too. I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, that trailer and use of Bohemian Rhapsody was just perfect. The Lego Batman movie, that was a pretty funny trailer. Uh, it's Will Arnett doing Lego Batman again, and he's making his own movie. I like this will be fun. I'm looking forward to that. That looks I like a lot. It looks it's a very stupid trailer, but it'll make you chuckle. It's again better than the actual Batman vs Superman movie. Central Intelligence, I guess, is a very short trailer. It's nothing really new. Haven't gotten before. It still has that terrible tagline. All you need is a little heart and a big Johnson. That's a fucking terrible tagline, people. X-Men Apocalypse, I got the new trailer for that. Still very distracted by the fact that the villain looks like Ivan Ooze. It looks like a very I don't know if this will be as good as X-Men Days of Future Past, which was awesome. But this could be good. It has like all the Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy returning and stuff like that. And it's this guy looks like a serious threat, even though he looks like Ivan Ooze. It could be fun. I got a new trailer for Ghostbusters. Yes, I got a new trailer for it, which is really the same trailer that you've seen before, beat for beat, but with new jokes in. It's like, I guess probably what happened was because of how badly received that trailer has been getting, they said, well, we're going to do a new trailer with new jokes. Well, guess what? The jokes are even worse than they were before. They're not even any better. They're still like, this is not funny. I yelled that this is not funny. Man, this might be one of those movies I might avoid from seeing this year. I hope not, because I like Ghostbusters. Maybe it'll be good. I'm trying to be optimistic, alright? I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles out of the shadows. That was the last trailer I got. God damn it. I just saw Doomsday, who looked like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Seriously, watch back to back of those trailers and tell me that Doomsday does not look like the horrible, terrifying looking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I didn't see the first one. I refuse to because I'm a huge fan. I want to see an actual good Turtles movie. I've had people try to tell me, you gotta watch it. It's not that bad. I'm like, no, I will not watch it. I refuse to. I laughed at Seamus is gonna be, what is it, Roxy or Bebop? I don't know. I can't remember. I know Krang's gonna be in here somewhere. I don't know why. Whatever. Anyways, that's as far as trailers go. Don't see Batman vs. Superman. I know you're going to see it anyways, but don't. If you want to listen to me, please, just listen to me on this. Don't see it. Spend your money on something actually good. There's a lot of good movies out there. They're probably still out in theaters. Check them out. Give Hollywood money to keep making more of these goddamn films. Start making good, Marvel or good DC movies. I want to see. I really, really was disappointed by this. All right, it's more disappointment than anything because I really wanted to like this movie because this is a movie that's been around. I wanted to, been wanting for about 20 years now. As far as my next review goes, I don't know when it will be. It depends on what's coming out next week. If nothing's getting well received, and then if nothing looks interesting, I'm just not going to do a review next week. All right. I will be back definitely with Hardcore Henry. That might be my next review. Like I said, the only other chance that might change is if I get a partnership with YouTube, and if that is true, if that happens, I'll do any review you want me to. So there you go. That's as far as the review goes. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.